What can I say about Stranger Things that everyone else hasn't already said? I don't know. This is probably going to be a spoiler review because if you're watching this video, you've almost definitely already finished the series because, like Netflix Daredevil, this is a series that you just can't pause and walk away from. Every episode keeps you wanting more, and like Daredevil Season 1 did, it finally gave you what you anticipated with the finale. But in this case, the final episode raises even more questions than it does answers. Like most of you, I quickly fell in love with this series, and there's no point in this video will I call it a show, because it really isn't. That's kind of why Netflix calls their shows original series, because they're so cinematic. Stranger Things is exactly this way. It's more of a really long movie split into 8 parts than an 8-episode season. This is principally due to the astonishing cinematography, which is both dark and hauntingly beautiful. It's like if you made a Carpenter movie, but set it back in the time period when he was making his best movies, the 80s. This series didn't have to be set then, but it really does add to the story when you're thinking about it. And there are just so many 80s pop culture references that I absolutely love, like the Evil Dead poster, the Thing references, and the music. The powerfully eerie synth score fits so well with this. Not only did it feel modern, but nostalgic for old 80s horror as well. The acting is another strong point for this series. Winona Ryder was great as the grief-stricken Joyce Byer. I actually don't typically like Winona Ryder because I think when she was younger and at her high popularity, the 90s, she just tended to overact. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but it's not that necessary for film as it is for a stage production. That being said, I loved how dramatic she was in this, and it perfectly fit. David Harbour was equally fantastic as Chief Hopper. He just perfectly fit that role. So many characters are developed so well, and you really feel for them by the finale. All the kids are great too. I honestly can't remember the last time I saw an ensemble of child actors this good. Probably never. Millie Bobby Brown as 11, I think was my favorite. Despite her powers, you can't help but feel drawn to this character, given her dark past and the sort of helplessness she feels. What's particularly impressive was that most of the other characters are defined and developed by how they interact with others, when this isn't the case for Elle. I also don't want to underestimate the strengths of the writing for this series. The Duffer brothers did a phenomenal job creating this world on paper, but equally well done in their direction and bringing it to life. They and the production crew, given to them by Netflix, deserve the utmost respect for what they achieved here. In order to understand this series, a lot of people are comparing it to other things, saying it's as if Steven Spielberg made a dark 80s movie based on a Stephen King story with the music composed by John Carpenter. And sounds pretty accurate. But I don't want to underscore the uniqueness of Stranger Things. The series takes many 80s and horror cinema cliches and turns them on their heads, forcing you to love them for it. I was really impressed by it in essentially every way. That's why I'm giving Stranger Things a 10 out of 10. I wish there was more I could say on why I love the series so much, but I'll just leave it at that. I'll definitely make some videos discussing the finale in Season 2 soon. Well, that's all for now. If you enjoyed the video, then please like, rating, subscribe for more. Thanks for watching. Buddy out.